All right, today we're going to dive into a pretty big shift in how businesses think about automation. We're talking about moving past those simple, kind of clunky bots and building truly intelligent systems that actually get things done. So what's the big problem they're trying to solve?
Well, it really starts with a question I think every business owner has asked themselves. Does it ever feel like your ad dollars are just draining away? You're spending good money to get people interested, but somehow those opportunities just vanish. It's like you're pouring water into a bucket full of holes.
And that's exactly what this is called, the leaky bucket problem. And honestly, it is a huge and often totally invisible drain on a business's growth. The crazy thing is, it's not about a lack of leads. It's all about what happens, or what doesn't happen, right after a potential customer shows some interest.
Yeah, and I'm betting these leaks on the screen look painfully familiar to a lot of you. A hot lead comes in, but your team's slammed, so they don't get a response for an hour. Or follow-ups just get forgotten. Your best people are stuck answering the same 5 questions over and over. And you, the owner, you have no real visibility into which leads are actually promising and which ones are just kicking tires. The end result is simple, right? Wasted ad span and lost money.
So how do you actually plug all these leaks? Well, the solution is built on 3 really important pillars: speed, consistency, and understanding intent. And as you're about to see, this is way less about some flashy tech and way more about having a solid, smart strategy underneath it all.
This quote just nails the whole approach. I mean, think about it. When you respond fast, a customer feels like you actually value them. That builds trust. When you act with consistency, you look professional. That builds credibility. And when you have clarity on what they really want, that's what gets you the sale. It's a simple formula, but man, is it powerful.
Okay, pillar number 1 is speed. In the world we live in, a few minutes can feel like an eternity to a customer. The goal here is a response time under 5 seconds. That immediate, "Hey, we got you," is the first absolute non-negotiable step to show a potential customer you're on the ball and you respect their time.
Then you've got consistency. What does this really mean? It means a lead that comes in at 2 p.m. on a Tuesday gets the exact same high-quality, professional engagement as a lead that comes in at 2 a.m. on a Sunday. This isn't just about being reliable, it's about building your brand's credibility with every single interaction. No exceptions.
And this is where things get really smart: intent awareness. This is about going way beyond just reacting to keywords like pricing. It's about designing a system that actually understands the context, the why behind someone's question. It guides them to the right outcome, whether they're just looking around or they've got their credit card in hand, ready to go.
And this right here brings us to the most crucial point of this entire approach. We are not talking about just plugging in some generic chatbot you found online. We're talking about engineering a complete system. And believe me, there is a world of difference between a simple tool and a real solution.
This chart just makes it crystal clear. On one side, you have generic bots. They're based on templates, they feel robotic, and they're all about features. But a system that's custom built for your specific business. It's designed around achieving a specific outcome, like getting an appointment booked, and it does it using natural, human-like conversation and really smart follow-up. So how does a system like this get built? Well, it's not magic, it's a very clear process. It all starts with a deep dive into the business itself. Where do leads come from? What's the sales process look like? Where are the bottlenecks? From there, you actually design the conversations, build the logic, and then you test, and retest everything before it ever sees a real customer. This is engineering, not just guesswork. Okay, so that's all the theory, but what does this stuff actually look like in practice? Let's check out a few real-world examples to see how these systems really perform out in the wild. So, picture this: real estate. A lead can go from red hot to ice cold in just a few minutes. A system like this can instantly grab a late-night inquiry, answer their first questions, figure out if they're serious, and by the time the agent wakes up in the morning, boom, there's a qualified site visit already sitting on their calendar. Or how about a field like healthcare, where trust and care are everything? This kind of automation can gently provide clear info and handle things like appointment questions with a really respectful, professional tone. And that frees up the front desk staff to focus on the actual patients standing right in front of them.
And for just about any service business out there, think of all the time you waste answering the same questions about your hours, your services, your pricing. An automated system handles all of that instantly, giving a perfect, professional response that starts building client trust from that very first click.
So all of this really leads to a much bigger idea. This isn't about replacing people, not at all. It's about creating a powerful partnership between humans and AI.
It's a vision for how businesses can just operate way more effectively and humanely in the future.
The goal is to create what's called an AI digital employee. Now, don't think of it as a bot. Think of it as a dedicated assistant with a specific job, like an AI sales assistant that qualifies every lead or an AI demo coordinator that books meetings. It basically extends your team's powers 24/7.
And this philosophy is so key. The whole point of automation should be to serve and empower your team. It should free them from the repetitive stuff so they can focus on what humans are amazing at, building real relationships, using their judgment, and navigating those really complex situations.
This collaboration model just lays it out perfectly. You let the AI handle the speed, the scale, and all those repetitive tasks with perfect 24/7 consistency. And that lets the human team take over for what really matters: judgment, relationship building, complex decisions, and, actually closing the deals.
Of course, this level of automation brings up some important ethical questions. And a real commitment here means being totally transparent about using AI, designing conversations that are helpful, not manipulative, and always respecting user data and privacy. At the end of the day, it's about using this technology to improve the quality of life for everyone involved, customers and staff alike.
So, I'll leave you with this final thought to chew on. What could your business really achieve if you had a truly intelligent, perfectly consistent, and incredibly fast assistant working silently for you in the background 24/7, making sure that no opportunity is ever lost again?